Question, do you need to turn off the ceiling fan?
We should be okay.
Okay, cool.
My name is Mabel. It rhymes with table. It also rhymes with glable.
Dude, we should be writing this down.
Warning, this series contains spoilers. Duh.
Hi, and welcome back to Pulp Factions Catching Up. You know me, I'm Nate. Today I got some new folks with me. I got Kevin and Andrew.
Sup?
And we just started watching Gravity Falls. And,
that we did, and I still don't know why you made me watch that, but it was awesome.
To this show, but you've heard about it.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch it.
Carrying on. So, Kevin, you've heard me and Kenneth talk about this show before.
I've heard it. I've seen a couple GIFs online from it, so I'm vaguely aware that it was a thing.
The reality is an illusion. The universe is a hologram. By gold, by gold, by.
Yes. Yeah.
Stuff like that. You'll see that later.
Oh, God.
Looking forward to it.
Anyway, so episode 1.
Yes.
First impressions first.
I'm still very confused how Luis from Bob's Burgers got into this show. It seems a little bit weird and seems like a bit of a continuity error, probably on behalf of people making this show. That said, I enjoy Luis from Bob's Burgers. She got a little toned down in this show. I love the sweaters. I think that's a great addition to the show. Still a little confused about how Garden Gnomes got involved with everything, but
yeah,
it seems very wibbly-wobbly.
So he's talking about Mabel Pines, who... in my opinion, is the superior use of Kristen Schaal as a character. I like Louise a lot, but as you keep watching episodes of this show, Mabel is just awesome.
It's a little bit funnier to think, oh my goodness, we've got the wrong character in the wrong show.
True.
Or at least that's the way I've been working with it so far.
Kevin,
God.
first
It was, I thought it was, what I found to be really great was how I was really impressed by how they built up the zombie element and then yanked the rug out from underneath you.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That's one of the best things about this episode.
Yeah. I figured they were going to do something with that, because
I am normal, man. He means Norman.
Yeah, I mean, it was at least obvious to me that they were going to do something with that. They were building up the expectation that he was a zombie in order for it to be something else. But
it's
gnomes completely out of left field.
Yeah, no one sees gnomes coming.
Yeah.
You don't expect it to be gnomes.
Of all the things I expected to be, gnomes was not even remotely. There wasn't even on the list.
Please be a vampire. Please be a vampire.
Yeah, that was... I didn't exactly know what to expect coming in, but
that episode was made in 2012, which better grasps the "please be a vampire" joke being relevant and not trite and overdone.
It works in retrospect, looking back at it.
That
from
helps
this
a little
perspective,
bit, right?
It does help a little bit. Adds a little bit of flavor to the joke. Still not sure I get the joke, but that said, I'm okay with that. That's probably better for myself and my psyche than any other thing that could be going on there.
All right. So, in recap of episode 1 of Gravity Falls, we start with a cold open that is awesome, which is our main characters riding a golf cart through a billboard, freeze frame, and going, "You might be wondering how I wound up in this situation, running from an unspeakable horror."
Yes.
Let's go back a little bit.
Yep.
And that's when we were introduced to Dipper and Mabel Pines. Hey, look, I got them here today. And they are have been shipped off by their parents for the summer to Gravity Falls, Oregon, to live with their Grungle Stan, who owns a tourist trap known as the Mystery Shack.
It's very mysterious and very much a shack, at least as far as we can tell so far.
And
emphasis on the shack.
And we get a little taste of Grunkle Stan and his employees, Seuss and Wendy, but not much yet. They're going to become bigger characters as the show keeps going.
I liked what little we saw of Wendy.
Oh, Wendy's great. Yeah. She's one of my favorite characters.
See, I like the reckless disregard for the kids' lives that was exhibited in a grand total of 3 seconds that we see her on screen. I thought that was fantastic. Well played.
Wendy is great. She has that... She pulls off the cool and different teenager character really well. Like, usually that character doesn't come off as actually realistic feeling. Wendy does feel right.
And felt exactly the amount of reckless and not caring that you would expect from anybody working at a shack.
They're there, and we just show them experiencing living there, and Mabel is in her boy crazy phase. And
as Dipper puts it.
Yes, and as Mabel goes, I wouldn't call it crazy. And then we get a beautiful montage of it being absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Right. And then we get Mabel is going out on a date after Dipper has found this book that talks about all this weird stuff in Gravity Falls. And that leads to Dipper thinking that Mabel's new boyfriend, Normal Man, he means Norman. Dipper thinks Norman's a zombie, and we get a whole bit with that. And then we get this great sucker punch, which is Norman's not a zombie. He's 5 gnomes.
5 gnomes in a sweater.
And the fact of the matter is, we should have been able to catch that with foreshadowing. Keeping in mind, I'm the guy out of the 3 of us that has no idea what's going on with this show.
Yeah, I've
Kevin,
seen the
you've
show
seen
before.
as well, or
Yeah, I haven't seen it. That's why I'm doing this.
Yeah, this is why we're doing this.
Yeah.
You guys are new. And I'm the guy
in
who's already seen it.
retrospect, they hinted at it because gnome was the only other one of the monsters in the book that
Pretty
that
much.
it
Looked
stopped
at.
it seems like something we should have
like,
caught on to,
but that's the point.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be one of those. Oh, that's why they did that.
I just liked how they Ultron together at the end.
yes.
I thought that was fantastic.
But
with the garden gnome hats being
they ask Mabel to be their gnome queen. She says no, so they kidnap her.
Yeah.
I love that line of
Like you do.
Oh well, Mabel, we'll remember you forever because we're gonna kidnap you.
Which seems like a completely logical and reasonable thing for a bunch of magical garden gnomes that have been masquerading as a norm man to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just seems
I
reasonable.
have to say, I was really impressed by the quality of the animation.
Oh,
as
it's
well.
a very
Yes.
well animated
Yeah.
show too. So yeah, that's episode 1. Of course, Dipper and Mabel escape thanks to plot device that was set up thanks to Chekhov's leaf blower.
Oh, yes.
I've never seen a leaf blower that could quite do that before.
But it was beautiful, and
I'd buy one in 5 minutes if you can find one online.
Movie magic.
and
Movie
it sets
magic.
up some stuff that's just great to keep the show going, and that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
The one question that this episode left you with, Andrew.
The singular question this episode left me with is, have you ever been in a situation where you decided you needed to suplex a fish? If the answer is yes, you've done something horribly, horribly wrong. If the answer is
horribly right.
or horribly right, if the answer is no, then the question is, why have you not gotten yourself into that position? It was so unnecessary, but it was so perfect. So I really don't have much more commentary to add on this
Fish
episode.
boys, they're fighting back.
Swim!
Swim for it.
I mean, like, just I really have no other useful commentary to add.
Maybe he has no one who loves him, Pop Pop.
Ah, boo!
Oh dear.
All right, so that was
dear.
we just
Episode
finished
2.
episode 2 of Gravity Falls, which is called the
And we watched a giant redheaded guy
Legend of the
suplex a fish.
Gobblewonker. So Grunkle Stan surprises the kids with a family bonding day, where he's gonna take them out on the lake and make them his fishing buddies.
Which is different from the last Family Fun Day when they got arrested for
For counterfeiting.
counterfeiting money.
I mean, you guys have done that too, right? I mean, like, that's a normal Tuesday night activity in that kind of part of the world, right?
down
Like,
to county jail is cold.
county jail, I'm just surprised it wasn't a federal issue at that point in time. Like, I don't know about you. I was kind of expecting greater repercussions for that kind of a thing, but
it's-
oh well.
For Stan in the Mystery Shack, it's probably pretty tame.
Who wants to put on a blindfold and get in my car?
Yes. Blindfolds never lead to good things. And it's
Well,
like, Grunkle Stan, are you blindfolded too? These cataracts, I might as well be. Hey!
For all intents and
Drive
purposes.
straight off the road. Good
So,
times.
so then they get to the lake to go fishing, and then Crazy Old Man comes up.
a crazy
Old
old
Man
man who's
McGucket.
more
Old man
beard
McGucket.
than man.
McGucket is a recurring character. and
Okay.
Oh dear.
Awesome.
Oh no. I mean, like, obviously this guy has some mechanical skill. Like, he has to have been an engineer or something in a previous life. The question is, well, I guess I'm spoiling a later part of the episode there, so I'll shut up
It doesn't
on that point
matter
for a little bit later on.
Okay, I'm cutting this out. Since you haven't seen this show that you're on, the opening of the show goes right after we play the title of the show.
Yeah.
It goes, "Warning: This series contains spoilers."
Got it. Okay.
Duh.
Excellent.
And it's literally just me saying that exactly like that.
Well,
Anyway, continue.
yeah, I just question how a crazy old guy who is clearly an engineer or something at some, well, more mad scientist engineer, I'm not sure exactly where you draw the line.
Mad roboticist.
Ends up growing a beard that makes him more beard than he is man.
A prehensile beard.
It's a prehensile beard. He can work a stick shift with that.
That alone scared me and scarred me.
Shift with my beard.
That alone scared me and scarred me for life. But then you combine that with, okay, what resources, how much effort and energy would it have taken to make this giant Loch Ness monster in the middle of the lake, in the middle of nowhere?
You're thinking too hard.
I'm probably...
Old Man McGucket goes ranting about there being a...
The
Gobblewalker, which is it's a sea monster in the lake.
It's a Loch Ness monster.
It's a Loch Ness style monster, and he goes on and on about it, and he's like, "Look, it did a thing." And Dipper and Mabel are already in mode of we need to get a photo of a monster successfully.
Right. Yep. Because there's a $1,000 contest,
which you can use to buy a life-size gerbil hamster ball thing, or you can use to whatever you do with $500.
Yeah,
or $1,000.
So they ditch Grunkle Stan to go try and find the Gobblewalker, which goes about as well as you'd expect.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
There's an incredible comedy moment involving beavers.
Yep.
So many beavers.
so many beavers.
So many.
Todos los beavers.
And Seuss is there with them, which is great. The more we get of Seuss as a character, it's always good.
Yeah.
And eventually they find the Gobblewonker, and it chases them around, and they think they're like, yeah, we stopped it, and we're going to get great photos, and then it malfunctions.
Yeah.
And they find McGucket inside piloting it.
And it's actually like a super submarine hybrid monster Jurassic Park kind of thing.
15-ton robot.
15-ton robot.
My favorite moment from the chase was the common chase trope of them smashing into a pane of glass that's being moved across the lake.
By two guys in two separate boats.
I don't know, maybe I'm too much of a practicalist here. I don't know, it just threw me off more than anything else. Like,
no,
it was a great scene. I thought it was hilarious.
That's why it's there. There is no reason.
Like, the problem is I couldn't really enjoy that part as much as I could with the whole beaver situation, because, you have a giant boat that ends up taking out a bunch of beavers and they're all running around. It's like, I'm still feeling bad for the beavers at this point in time while they go and kill the glass. It's like,
beavers,
oh no!
Okay, also just like the squash and stretch physics of the beavers, like gnawing on Dipper's head and Mabel's arm and Seuss's face.
I mean, like you do. Like you do.
It's so good. This show is always a thrill ride of weirdness, but it plays down the weirdness, and that's what's awesome about it.
I definitely agree with the way you described it earlier as a kindler, gentler Night Vale.
Yeah, it's Welcome to Night Vale. It's Welcome to Night Vale for kids.
It works for me.
And it does get surprisingly dark for a kids show soon, I promise.
Oh God!
I mean, wait till you find out the backstory for Old Man McGucket.
Oh dear.
Anyway, we're going to keep watching more of this, so stay tuned for more catching up.